We're just taking a moment here, some housekeeping from Showtime. Steven Espinoza, our Executive Vice President, Head of Programming, couldn't be on today, so just real briefly, our Emmy Award-winning documentary series, All Access, has returned to chronicle the preparations for Lara and Canelo for this fight. Our first episode, you may have seen, premiered last Friday night. Our second episode in advance of the pay-per-view event will be televised on Wednesday, July 9th, on Showtime. We encourage you to tune in. That is the linchpin of the shoulder programming that is airing on Showtime Extreme, available on our website, on demand, as well as Showtime Anytime, our mobile application. All Access, as I said, is the linchpin of that content. But in addition, we have past fights from Canelo, from Lara, from Abner Mares, from Mauricio Ferreira. We have several past fights available. These are some of the gems from each of these fighters' past careers, as well as a ton of other content available throughout the week leading up to the pay-per-view event, including our Countdown show, which airs live on Showtime on Saturday, July 12th. The Countdown show will air at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, live from the MGM Grand, and it will include a live championship fight that is yet to be announced. So we have a press release coming together, and we'll put that together for a WBO Bantamweight Championship fight that's on that card. We will televise that live on Showtime in our, quote, Countdown show leading up to the 9 p.m./6 p.m. live pay-per-view event from the MGM Grand. So we're excited about the content and mostly excited about the live fights that'll take place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, as I'm sure the rest of you are. Looking forward to it. So without further ado, back to you, Oscar, and thank you for the time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. And let me take this opportunity to say a few words. He is a trainer that we all know very well. He's a great trainer, and he is in Lara's camp, getting him ready for the big showdown. That is Ronnie Shields. Ronnie.
Thank you, Oscar. How you doing? I just want to say that everything is going great here in camp. Alexander Lara is in great condition. Like always, you know, he's been doing everything that we've asked of him. Our whole team is really, really focused on making sure that you get the best possible fight out there. It's going to be a really, really great fight. We're looking forward to it. You know, Lara's condition is really great, and we really give all the credit to Edward Jackson, who's the conditioning coach. He's been doing a great job. And everybody else in camp has really been doing really good. And Lara's in good spirits. He can't wait until July 12th to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. And now let me introduce to you the fighter who hails out of Guantanamo, Cuba. He suffered a controversial decision loss to Paul Williams in 2011. He's won the WBA Junior Middleweight World Championship, defeating Alfredo Angulo. He has a great win, 12-round unanimous decision over Austin Trout. He is obviously here and ready and willing, with a record of 19-1-2 with 12 knockouts. Let me introduce to you Erislandi Lara. Erislandi Lara, unas palabras, por favor.
Buenos días o buenas tardes. ¿Aló?
¿Cómo te va en tu entrenamiento? Todo nomás para que la gente sepa.
Quiero darle las gracias a toda la gente que están presentes ahí, a toda la gente de la prensa. Todo marcha bien y creo que ya no hay más nada que hablar. Nos vemos en 10 días, el 12 de julio. Estamos listos.
Somebody translating?
Louis?
Yeah, it says hi to everybody on the call. Thank you guys for being present. It says there's not much more to talk about. He's ready to fight. He's in great shape, and you'll see Canelo on July 12th.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And now we can open it up to the media for questions.
Operator, go ahead, Briselda. If you would like to ask a question or have a comment, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. This will place your question in the order it was received. Once again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad now. And our first question comes from Dan Rafael with ESPN.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Louis, could you ask Lara, when he came to America to pursue his professional dream to fight, was this everything that he thought it would be to get into these kinds of fights? And is he happy with the? I know it took a little while to get here, but he's here now. How does he feel looking back the way things have gone over the past few years, getting to this point?
Sí, cuando saliste de Cuba. So 100%, you know, that's what he wanted to do. That's the reason he came to this country, was to fight in these type of fights and fight at this level.
And is this when he came here? I mean, Canelo wasn't wasn't a big name or anything at the time that Lara got to the United States, but was he thinking not only world titles and those types of fights, but significant opponents in pay-per-view level fights? Did he even know what pay-per-view was? They don't have that in Cuba.
Yeah. That's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to come to this country and fight the best. That's what he wanted to do since his 7th pro fight. He was asking to fight for a world title, and championships come and go, but these are the type of fights that would leave history. So that's what he plans on doing on July 12th.
All right, and Louis, can you ask him also? They have a couple of common opponents. Both have fought Austin Trout. Both have fought Angulo. Each one of them had, one was easy for one guy, one was tough for the other guy. I'm curious, does he put any stock into the fact of with the way that those fights against common opponents went, or is this just a totally separate situation?
Louis.
Yeah, he says no. Has nothing to do with each other. Basically, our styles are different, and he's focused on Canelo, and he doesn't think it makes a difference on who they fought in the past. What makes a difference is how their styles mesh, and he plans on dominating Canelo Alvarez on July 12th.
All right, terrific. Thank you, Louis. I have a question also. Ronnie, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, Ronnie, good to talk to you. You've been thank you. You've been training Lara for a while now, and I just wonder from the point of view of the trainer, he's had some really outstanding performances. He's had a couple that were maybe a little inconsistent. I mean, how do you go about trying to make sure that we see the dominant, top-notch Lara come next Saturday, as opposed to the guy that kind of gets through the fight, maybe doesn't look great, but kind of does what he has to do, but maybe there's a question when the fight's over in some people's minds about the result, to have him really, really prime for that night?
Well, the most important thing is that Lara plays hard all the time. And he's one of these guys that, look, I think it's who's in front of you that makes the big difference on any fight. Some guys are hard to get up front, some guys are not. But obviously, I think Canelo Alvarez is one of the guys that you have to be at your best. And I think that's what you're going to see on July 12th. I'm not, I can't sit back and worry about, anything else other than, doing the right things that we've been working on for the last 8 weeks in camp. And, she's showing it up real good in training. Everything's great. The sparring has been really great. So, we're just looking forward to it, and, we're going to follow our game plan on July 12th.
Ronnie, do you think that Lara's, it seems to be a better level of technique and skill than Canelo does, maybe a little bit of better quickness? Do you think that is going to basically be the difference in the fight, that he can, take over because he's going to basically be making Canelo missing him while he's, countering him?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. But also, I think that Lara is a better fighter, period. Look, you can't take anything away from Canelo. He's a really good fighter. You can't take anything away from that. But understand this, ever since Lara has a better amateur career, and he's having a better pro career. I mean, just simple as that. You know, with Harris Landry and Lara has fought the best fighters out there. And anybody and everybody who will fight him. So, you know, Lara doesn't have a pick and choose career. But look at Canelo's career, his career has been pick and choose.
All right, very good. Ronnie, thank you so much. Louis, thanks for the translation. See you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Our next question comes from Lem Satterfield with theringtv.com.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Lem.
Hey. Yeah, I'd like to kind of piggyback on what you're saying. Ronnie, why is this a good style matchup for Landy?
Well, it's a good style matchup because look, if you look at Canelo, he's one of these guys that he's a good puncher with both hands, and he's a guy, you know, he's an arrogant guy in a great way, you know, because, you know, he talks mess, but, you know, he backs it up. And look, Lara is basically the same way, you know. But when you look at the styles, you know, if you look at Canelo, you know, he's a guy, he likes to throw combinations, and that's perfect for Lara because, you know, Lara's a perfect counterpuncher. So as far as style matchup goes, you know, this is going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight because I know both guys are in great condition, and that's what the people want to see.
Louis, same question for Landy. Why is this a good style matchup for him? Why does he feel comfortable going into this fight? And obviously it's a high-stakes fight, too.
It's a good styles matchup because he knows Canelo's going to, you know, try to press forward and press the action, and that's the styles he likes. He likes guys to come and fight, and he picks them apart, you know, like he's done to several guys coming up. So, you know, these are the fights he likes. He likes guys who come to fight, and he likes to put them in the dirt, and that's what he plans on doing.
The controversy notwithstanding, Ronnie, when he fought Williams, everybody at ringside thought he won that fight. You know, obviously he dominated Trout probably the same way. It occurs to me that both of them are southpaws and skillful fighters. Did that have anything to do with why he performed so well against both of those guys, as opposed to Angulo and Molina? Both were good fights, but there were some people who thought Molina beat him, and obviously Angulo dropped him twice.
Well, I think when you go back, you know, I remember in the Molina fight that we took the fight on very short notice, and we really didn't have a whole lot of time to wait for Molina. But Molina is a good fighter. We can't take anything away from him. But I still go back and look at that fight, and there's no in the world Lara lost that fight. Lara won that fight. He won 6 rounds of that fight. So, you know, I know he won that fight. But with the Angulo fight, look, after Angulo was a tough fighter, man, and you can't take that away from him. He was one of the best junior middleweights in the world who can punch with both hands. And look, Lara is a fighter. He got caught. He went down. But you know what a good fighter does? He gets up and he comes back and he stops Angulo. So, you know, it's just the way it is. You know, it doesn't have to do with whether that guy is a southpaw or a right-hander. You know, Lara, you know, he fights anybody and everybody. You know, Lara asks for this. He asks for every fight that he's been in, basically, because nobody wants to fight him. So he only wants to fight the best fighters, and this is why you see him fighting this fight on July 12th against Canelo Alvarez.
The two fights that I mentioned before, though, Trout and Williams, why was he so dominant in those fights, and what did he do well in those fights that you think is part of his signature?
Well, you know, he counterpunched, and he boxed the way he's supposed to box. And I think those guys, you know, with the come-forward style, really complements Lara's style. But at the same time, you know, Lara punches harder than people give him credit for. And on Saturday, July 12th, you're going to see that.
Yeah, I got one more question for Landy, Louis. He just, you know, we just saw, you know, one of his countrymen, Yuriorkis Gamboa, lose, and I wonder if he feels, you know, any, you know, patriotism to, step up for the Cubans in the wake of his loss?
He says, Gamboa is Gamboa. I mean, in a Cuban system, there's teams here. This is individual sport. I mean, he's focused on what he's got to do. Has nothing to do with his game plan or changes what he's got to do. His main focus is beating Canelo Alvarez, and that's what he plans on doing July 12th. And obviously, he always wants to, stand up and show why Cuban boxing is the best, and that's what he's going to do on July 12th. And it has nothing to do with Gamboa. Obviously, they have complete different styles and they're complete different fighters. I mean, other than being Cuban, that's the only thing they have alike. So most importantly, he's ready to fight.
Hey guys, thanks a lot and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Sean Cross with Boxing Insider.
Hi guys, how you doing today? Got a question for Arislandi. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Listen, Mr. Lara, a lot of popular fighters would go the easy road and avoid you. Do you feel you owe Canelo some debt of gratitude for actually agreeing to meet you in the ring?
He says, absolutely not. He doesn't owe him nothing other than left hands. That's the only thing he owes him. He forced this fight. It wasn't because he wanted to take this fight. We've been after this fight for 2 years, and whether it was, putting pressure on social medias or interviews and jumping on stage, that's what pressured him to take this fight. He knows he didn't want this fight, and on July 12th, you're going to see the reason why he didn't want this fight.
Okay, thanks. And a question for Oscar. Oscar, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, just a quick question. For the year, all in all, through whether it's Top Rank, Golden Boy, Showtime, HBO, pay-per-view results haven't been too impressive. Are you worried about the amount of buys this fight will receive? It's a very good matchup, probably the best all-around matchup this year so far. But are you worried that there might be some fatigue as far as buyers go?
No, not at all, because first of all, when you have Canelo involved in a pay-per-view fight, as the numbers show, his very first pay-per-view that he was headlining generated close to 400,000 homes. So having this fight with Arislandi Lara, having the stacked card, people know what they're going to watch, and people are gonna tune in to watch a spectacular event. So we're not worried one bit whatsoever.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Salvador Rodriguez from Deportes.
¿Qué tal? Un saludo a todos. Arislandi, te mando un saludo, espero que todo vaya bien. Arislandi, ¿tú piensas lo mismo que tu entrenador Ronnie Shields acerca de Canelo, que es una persona arrogante y que es un peleador que ha estado inflado en su carrera?
Claro que sí, 100%.
¿Perdón?
¿Aló? Sí, claro, 100%. Canelo es una persona arrogante que cae muy mal por su forma de ser y también un boxeador inflado.
Vaya, ¿esto es personal ya en contra de Canelo?
No, yo no tengo nada en contra personal de Canelo, pero el 12 de julio vamos a ver qué es lo que hay.
¿Crees que Saúl Álvarez se equivocó cuando escogió como peleador a Arislandi Lara, dado que Oscar de la Hoya le había dicho que quizá no eras el rival ideal para regresar?
Creo que sí, se equivocó, él no sabe en el problema que está metido, no sabe todavía, él no sabe quién yo soy todavía, él puede ver los videos que él quiera ver, los videos no importa nada los videos.
Por último,